When crafting the ultimate audio system, the amplifier stands as the single most defining component of your sound. An exceptional stereo amplifier offers more than just sheer wattage. It's about delivering clarity, warmth, detail, and the unique ability to render your music with the fidelity the artist originally intended. Whether you are a dedicated audiophile in pursuit of pure hi-fi sound, or simply someone desiring a richer experience, from your favorite playlists, selecting the right amplifier can fundamentally transform your listening sessions. To guide you in your search, we have compiled a list of the top 10 best stereo amplifiers, detailing their essential features and the key considerations to help you make the perfect choice. You can find links to all the products discussed in the description below. Let's begin. Number 10. Musical Fidelity M5SI. The Musical Fidelity M5SI is an amplifier that commands respect through sheer performance rather than relying on flashy features or gimmicks. Its design philosophy is direct and uncluttered, yet it proves exceptionally potent where it counts, rendering music with both authority and elegance. It provides enough power for even the most demanding speakers, with 150 watts per channel. What truly distinguishes it, however, is its ability to blend raw power with refined grace. The M5S never sounds aggressive or strained. Instead, it presents music with a natural eloquence that is uncommon at this price point. Having experienced a wide variety of musical fidelity equipment, I can confidently say the M5SI is my personal favorite. It avoids overcomplication, focusing solely on being a phenomenal stereo amplifier, and it succeeds brilliantly in this role. I used it in conjunction with Focal's Aria Evo X No. 3 floor standers for my review, and the result was just amazing. At the time, my playlists were filled with synthwave and yacht rock, from Calm Trees to Christopher Cross, and the amp handled every genre with composed ease. The sound was smooth, detailed, and deeply satisfying, characterized by an effortlessness that was immediately noticeable. This quality reminded me of the late, great Roxanne Black, an amplifier I still hold in high regard. However, the M5SI does have a slightly more clinical character, which can be either a pro or a con depending on your system. With a brighter speaker, the sound may lean towards sharpness, but when matched with warmer speakers and high-quality cables, I achieved excellent results with Chord Clearway X. The M5SI truly shines. Combine it with a proficient DAC or streamer, and you have a system that produces a lush, engaging, and highly musical listening experience. Number 9. Denon Seoul RCDN10. This little amplifier, the Denon Seoul RCDN10, has already made a name for itself as one of the most versatile models in its class. Often called the smaller version of the Marantz MCR 612, it is the result of Denon and Marantz's combined technical expertise, guaranteeing that it comes from a tradition of quality. The Seoul doesn't try to hide the fact that it is essentially a simplified version of the MCR 612. Its skillful fusion of features, performance, and usability is what makes it so appealing. The loving moniker Kiss from a Rose was also inspired by the name Seoul, which is pronounced Seoul. Beyond its moniker, this little device has a wide assortment of characteristics that distinguish it from the competitors. It can function as the focal point of a home entertainment system without taking over the living area thanks to its built-in wireless streaming, HEOS multi-room functionality, and an incredibly extensive list of connections, which includes optical and a CD player. The Seoul is remarkable sonically. Its warm, clear, and elegant sound presentation is evocative of the tonal balance of the MCR 612, but with a little less force and dramatic impact. Because of this feature, it works best with smaller, more energy-efficient speakers as opposed to floor standers that use a lot of power. The synergy is exceptional when used with bookshelf speakers like the Dolly Spectre series, the Wharfdale Diamond 901, or smaller versions from Dolly's Oberon range. Compact, fashionable, and acoustically fascinating, the Denon Seoul RCDN10 is an excellent entry-level hi-fi system. Its capabilities go much beyond its small size. Number 8. Quad Artera Solus Play. The Quad Artera Solus Play is a compelling piece of hi-fi equipment primarily for its skillful balance of a compact form factor with serious audio performance. At its core, this is an amplifier that impresses straight away. It's powerful, dynamic, and exhibits remarkable control. Smaller, more portable amplifiers have always appealed to me, and the Artera is my particular favorite. Its sound has a tangible presence, delivering authority and grip reminiscent of larger amplifiers like the Roxanne Black, but without the physical bulk. The inclusion of a built-in CD player is a well-considered feature, and it's evident that Quad has voiced it to align with the amplifier's bold, yet refined nature. Listening to a disc reveals this attention to detail, a presentation that is muscular without being harsh, and confident without being overpowering. This is an amplifier engineered to sound expansive, open, and captivating. The Artera Solus Play's reliance on the DTS Play-Fi streaming infrastructure is its main drawback. While it offers flexibility in theory, I found the application to be unstable in practice. Issues like crashes, frozen functions, and general clunkiness led to a frustrating user experience. Although the Play-Fi app has seen improvements over time, during my regular use, I often resorted to bypassing it in favor of more reliable solutions like Spotify Connect. Nonetheless, it feels unfair to judge the Artera solely on its software. In essence, this is a phenomenal amplifier. If you view streaming as an added benefit rather than its primary function, what remains is a highly capable all-in-one system. While the touchscreen is not its strongest asset, once configured, daily operation with the remote control is simple and direct. Ultimately, the Artera Solus Play offers bold, effortless performance in a compact and beautifully constructed package that can stand alongside the best in its class. Number 7. Mission 778X Integrated Amplifier. The Mission 778X is a small yet powerful amplifier that performs significantly better than its small size suggests. It offers a wide range of connection options and was designed with simplicity and usefulness at its heart. These include optical and coaxial digital connections, a specialized phono input for turntables, conventional analog, RCA inputs, Bluetooth for basic wireless streaming, and a USB-B input, a feature uncommon at this price. Because of its versatility, the 778X may be easily incorporated into almost any kind of audio system, whether it be modern or vintage. The genuineness of the 778X is one of its main qualities. It doesn't act fake. Like Marantz's PM6007, it takes a simple approach and does it really well. It is just a straightforward amplifier committed to providing strong performance where it really counts, sound quality. It is not weighed down by unnecessary features or tricks. Another important benefit is its form factor. Its unusually tiny size puts it closer to the renownedly small Cyrus amplifiers, yet it manages to fit in a good 45 watts per channel. Don't be fooled by this number. This amplifier has more than enough power to confidently and controllably drive a variety of speakers. It may not be able to compete with the high-end Naim Atom, which has Class A/B architecture and quality components for a more broader soundstage, or the feature-rich Marantz MCR 612, which has built-in streaming and app management. Nonetheless, the 778 times excellence is shown by the fact that it can even be regarded at such a firm. The Mission 778 times' tonal balance when combined with Dali Oberon 5 speakers was impressive, perfectly balancing their warm and gentle nature. As a consequence, there was no trace of harshness or listening strain, and the sound was smooth but detailed. To put it briefly, the Mission 778 times is an excellent little amplifier that really outperforms its price. Number 6. Arcom Radia SA35 Streaming Amplifier. I recently had the chance to spend some time with the Arcom Radia SA35 before its official release, and I came away genuinely impressed. This integrated amplifier delivers everything you'd want from a modern hi-fi amp: power, muscle, clarity, and an expansive sense of width. It's also very clear which market Arkham is aiming for here, positioning the SA35 directly against the likes of the Naim Unity series and Cambridge Audio's Evo range. The SA35 outputs 120 watt per channel, which is nearly 3 times the power of the Naim Atom, and that extra headroom translates into far greater dynamic control and authority. At its core is Arkham's Class G amplification, a design that manages to balance raw strength with refined efficiency. The result is a presentation that feels both muscular and clean. Adding to that, the inclusion of Dirac Live Room Correction is a big win, allowing you to tailor the performance precisely to your listening space. In use, the SA35 feels effortless, driving speakers with a sense of grip, transparency, and composure that few amps in this price range can match. That said, for all its technical excellence, I personally find the Arkham sound a little restrained in terms of character. It's undeniably impressive, but not quite emotionally gripping for my taste. Still, judged on performance and versatility, the SA35 is outstanding. A serious contender in the premium integrated amp space. Number 5. Marantz MCR 612. The Marantz MCR 612 has long been one of my most recommended streaming amplifiers, and for good reason. In my view, it represents the best value for money option in its class, combining modern streaming flexibility with the rich, musical sound Marantz is known for. At the heart of its streaming capabilities lies Denon's HEOS platform, a system that has matured into one of the most reliable and versatile ecosystems available today. Unlike some competitors that impose frustrating bandwidth limitations, HEOS supports full resolution playback up to 192 kHz at 24-bit. This means that if you've invested in a library of high-resolution FLAC files, whether stored on a NAS drive or streamed from another source, the MCR 612 will deliver them without compromise. On the amplification side, the MCR 612 doesn't disappoint either. Its 60 watts of Class D power per channel are more than enough to drive a wide range of speakers with authority and finesse. Instead, the tonal balance is smooth, warm, and musical, qualities that align perfectly with Marantz's long-standing reputation for natural, engaging sound. High-resolution files are handled effortlessly, and the amp brings out the subtle textures and dynamics that make listening sessions so rewarding. If there's a weakness, it's in the build. The chassis is made of plastic, and a quick tap with the fingernail produces a hollow clack that feels more early 2000s budget hi-fi than modern premium gear. Still, as my mother used to remind me, it's what's on the inside that counts, and in this case, that wisdom couldn't be more accurate. The MCR 612's internals and sonic performance are genuinely impressive, far outweighing any misgivings about the exterior. For performance, versatility, and sheer value, this little amplifier is an absolute gem. Number 4. Audiolab 9000A. From a performance standpoint, the Audiolab 9000A is a truly impressive amplifier. It delivers power, control, and excellent dynamics, giving it the kind of authority you'd expect from far more expensive systems. At first, you might find the sound to be a little flat, but in this case, that's actually a strength. The neutrality of the 9000A allows your source component to take the lead in shaping the tonal character, while the amp itself provides a clean, stable power platform. In this regard, it feels closer to the type of performance you'd expect from a dedicated mono-block setup rather than a traditional integrated amplifier. One of its standout features is its ability to operate in both integrated and pre-power modes. In practice, this means you can completely bypass the preamp stage, letting your source handle volume control and tone shaping. In this configuration, the 9000A functions purely as a stereo power amplifier, which makes it incredibly flexible. It can begin as a simple, standalone integrated amp for a smaller system and later evolve into a dedicated power amp when you upgrade to a full pre-power setup. Connectivity is another strong point. The 9000A offers a wide array of options, including XLR, RCA, coaxial, optical, and USB inputs, making it versatile for modern and traditional systems alike. Backed by 100 watts of Class AB power per channel, it has more than enough muscle to drive most speakers with authority and finesse. That said, the screen is a mixed bag. While the animated waveform display adds visual flair, it's ultimately just a looping graphic rather than a real representation of the music. The VU meter mode is fun, but its half-second lag detracts from the effect. It feels like a missed opportunity. But to be fair, it's more of a cosmetic extra than a core function. Number 3. Arcam, a 15% integrated amplifier. The Arcam Radia A15 is one of those amplifiers that reminds you why the brand has long been admired for its sound. This Class AB integrated amp delivers a robust 80 watts per channel, and it does so with real authority. Sonically, it embodies that classic Arcam character, muscular, clean, and precise. It is a highly expressive amplifier, with excellent grip and dynamic punch, making music feel alive and engaging. Paired with the right speakers, ideally those with a more neutral balance, the A15 delivers a performance that is refined yet powerful. However, with brighter or more clinical speakers, its clean presentation can verge on being a touch too sharp. The A15 sits in the middle of the Radia lineup, alongside the lower-powered A5, and the beefier A25, giving listeners options depending on their power needs. Compared with the older SA series, though, there are some differences worth noting. The build and tactile feel have shifted. Gone is the weighty, mechanical clunk of the power button, replaced by something far less satisfying. The once premium-feeling metal chassis has been traded for a lighter matte black finish, which looks modern but doesn't quite feel as luxurious. Even the volume knob offers little resistance, making the overall interaction less tactile than before. That said, these issues are more about touch and feel than performance. In practice, the A15 more than makes up for these shortcomings with its sonic ability. It is a streamlined, modern amplifier that includes a very capable built-in DAC and a solid array of digital inputs. While the absence of HDMI may disappoint some, the inclusion of optical connectivity helps ensure flexibility. Ultimately, the A15 is an amplifier that impresses where it matters most, in its expressive, muscular sound. Number 2. Marantz PM6007. The Marantz PM6007 is one of those amplifiers that immediately comes to mind when you think of a classic, no-nonsense hi-fi amp. It feels like the default option in the best possible way, the kind of unit you imagine when someone says, "Picture an amplifier." Compared to modern integrated designs like Naim's Unity range, the PM6007 represents a very different philosophy. There are no built-in streaming modules, no oversized digital displays, and certainly no HDMI inputs to blur the line between hi-fi and home cinema. Instead, this is a traditional Class AB amplifier, focused entirely on clean power delivery and reliable analog performance. Rated at 45 watts per channel, the PM6007 doesn't sound overly powerful on paper, but in practice, it delivers more than enough drive for most bookshelf and even some floor-standing speakers. Where it differs from more premium competitors like the Naim Atom is in refinement. The Naim carries a sense of resolution, openness, and effortless detail that reflects its higher price tag. The PM6007, however, takes a warmer and smoother approach. It may not extract the very last ounce of micro detail, but it makes up for that with control, balance, and what many describe as the sweet Marantz house sound. Connectivity is another area where this amp shines. It offers 4 RCA line-level inputs plus a dedicated phono input for turntables, backed by a surprisingly capable built-in phono stage. For vinyl lovers, this makes the PM6007 an excellent all-in-one hub. A thoughtful touch is that the inputs are labeled and mirrored on the front panel, making it easy to know what's connected where. While you can reassign them as you like, this small detail adds genuine day-to-day convenience. Overall, the PM6007 is a traditional amplifier done right. Simple, musical, and remarkably satisfying for the money. Number 1. Naim Unity Atom. I'll start with a bit of bias and get it out of the way. And I'm also going to roll 2 more amps into this section as they're essentially elaborations on the same core unit. When I was building my setup, I spent the better part of a year agonizing over which amplifier to choose. I knew I wanted something with streaming capabilities, as that's my primary media source. I also wanted HDMI connectivity so I could use it as a 2-channel home cinema amp, and it had to be compact enough to fit neatly into my living space. After countless hours of research, comparisons, and demo sessions, the Naim Unity Atom emerged as the clear winner. The Unity Atom ticks all of those boxes and then some. I'd go as far as saying it's the single best thing I have ever spent money on, full stop. It sounds absolutely fantastic. Whether you're streaming high-resolution audio, spinning, a vinyl record, or watching a film, the Atom handles it all with ease and musicality. But it's not just about the sound, it's the whole ownership experience. The oversized volume dial is wonderfully tactile and satisfying. The crisp front display is both informative and stylish, and the companion app is smooth, responsive, and genuinely useful, not an afterthought, as with many rivals. Everything about it feels properly thought through, and there's never any doubt that you're dealing with a true premium product. Powered by Naim's decades of expertise, the Unity Atom features a 40W Class AB amplifier. That may not sound huge on paper, but it's plenty for most living rooms, and it really shines when paired with high-sensitivity speakers such as Focal's Aria range. Connectivity is flexible, with RCA inputs, optical inputs, pre-outs, and of course, HDMI ARC. Now, this is where the other two models come in, the Unity Star and Unity Nova. Both are physically larger, roughly 20 centimeters wider, but they bring extra power and functionality. The Star adds a high-quality CD ripper and boosts output to 70% watt, giving greater dynamic range, while the flagship Nova pushes power further to 80% watt of refined Class AB muscle. This concludes our ranking of the best stereo amplifiers. If you find this video to be useful, kindly press the thumbs up button. Which one are you going to pick? Fill out the space below with your thoughts. For your time, I'm grateful. Please like and subscribe to our channel if you found this video to be helpful in any way, so you won't miss any upcoming stuff. Whoever got this far. When the next video comes out, I want to see you there.